Right now at 6. Breaking this morning, investigations are underway for an officer-involved shooting that took place in Joplin. Plus, we'll find out how farmers market vendors are handling the extreme heat. And Pittsburgh's annual Shrine Bowl parade and scrimmage are back. We'll take you there.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Bella Line. An investigation continues tonight after an officer-involved shooting in Joplin this morning. KOAM's Shannon Becker has the latest details.
Yeah, thanks. We're in what is normally a quiet neighborhood, just a half block east of Cunningham Park. Saturday morning, a gunfire. Joplin police officers on patrol noticed a vehicle out of place and observed the driver passed out in the driver's seat. They ran the tag and it came back as stolen. Protocol when waking a sleeping driver who could perhaps be on drugs or alcohol. They boxed the car in so the driver can't wake up and suddenly flee.
After multiple attempts were made to get the driver to exit the vehicle, the driver attempted to leave by ramming our vehicles. Altercation continued and an officer-involved shooting occurred.
The male is identified as Scott Pegram, 35, of Joplin. He's listed in critical condition, suffering multiple gunshot wounds. 3 officers from Joplin Police were involved in the shooting. 1 was examined at a local hospital and released. Now all 3 have been placed on paid administrative leave per department policy. Missouri State Highway Patrol was requested to conduct a criminal investigation as an uninvolved third party, and their investigation continues. With more information as it becomes available from Joplin Police. Near Cunningham Park in Joplin, I'm Shannon Becker for KOAM News Now.
Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us now. Sam, it seems that all anyone can talk about is the heat.
That's exactly right, Bella. It has been oppressive today, and the heat is on, and it continues to be going on. This is about the 5th day that we've had triple-digit heat here in the 4 states, and you can see the heat advisory is still in effect this evening until 8 o'clock, and of course it'll be reissued once again tomorrow. Radar shows pretty clear across the area. We have had a few showers here and there over the last few days, but not today. It's been dry wall to wall. However, there is some good news. Here's some storms developing up in northwestern Kansas and south central Nebraska, and guess what? That is going to have an impact on our weather as we head over the next few days, and we'll get more details on that a little bit later, but not tonight. We're going to have temperatures right around 100 degrees, which is where they're currently sitting. If you want to call it cool, the cool spot is down in Cassville with 96 right now. Now, we've been talking a lot about the drought as it's been intensifying and getting worse, and you can see that there's a large part of the country that is experiencing drought. A little bit closer to home, you can see that everyone in our area has been dry, and about half the area is experiencing some severe drought. And of course, the biggest people that are impacted by the drought is the farmers. Bella?
All right, thank you, Sam. For the past 2 weeks, seeing triple-digit temperatures has been normal for the 4 states. KOAM's Jalen Banks shares with us how these recent highs have impacted our local vendors at farmers markets.
The recent heat wave has forced vendors at the Pittsburgh Farmers Market to adjust. With record-high temperatures, those who farm have faced issues ranging from drought to sunburned produce. Charlie Phillips shares his struggles.
Having to water our fruits and vegetables has become a very big priority, and it's also become very expensive to do that in many cases. But then in some other cases, we have issues with food or some of our fruits and some of our melons and things like that are getting sunburned or getting spoiled.
Despite the production challenges, not coming to the farmers market is not an option for Phillips.
For us, that's not necessarily a consideration. We plan enough different items that each week we have something else typically that is in season, and so for us not to come to the farmers market would mean that we would have produce that would not be available to our customers.
Phillips knows that the heat not only impacts the vendors but the customers as well.
It does take a toll on us. We're tired when we get here, but we do appreciate everybody that comes out in the heat because we're all ready for cooler temperatures, so we really are.
In Pittsburgh, Jalen Banks, KOAM News.
Crawford County is under a heat advisory till tomorrow evening. Don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather in the KOAM with the KOAM Skywatch Weather app. Get updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple Store and Google Play Store at the KOAM Skywatch Weather app. Tens of millions of Americans are under heat advisories and warnings this weekend as the oppressive heat wave continues to scorch the nation. At least 92 large wildfires are currently burning across 14 states. Elise Preston reports from New York.
From coast to coast,
it's too hot. It's too hot right now.
Americans are battling intense heat.
I don't have a pool, so I just gotta go inside and get in the tub and put some ice cubes in the tub, but this is not my kind of weather.
Triple-digit temperatures are forecast across the Northeast this weekend for the first time in 6 years.
Walked over half a block and I almost fainted.
Boston postponed its triathlon scheduled for this weekend, and conditions are expected to intensify for Sunday's now shortened New York City triathlon.
Just hydrate and just watch your body and watch how you feel. And if you start feeling lightheaded, just pull over to the side.
Philadelphia declared its first heat health emergency of the season, and hospitals there are gearing up to treat high-risk patients.
Elderly, they may not be aware of the changes that are going on in their body, and the same with people who may be experiencing some mental health conditions.
In Texas, record temperatures are adding fuel to multiple wildfires raging out of control.
The magnitude of this calls for a disaster declaration to make sure that every tool, every strategy, every unit of the state of Texas will be available to help respond.
Another fast-moving wildfire in California near Yosemite National Park exploded in size overnight, forcing people to evacuate their homes. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
Forecasters say the heat in the Northeast is expected to peak on Sunday, leaving millions on high alert throughout the weekend. This morning was the Shrine Bowl parade taking place in downtown Pittsburgh. Both East and West teams were in the parade along with the Kansas Masonic All-State Marching Band and cheerleaders, classes, cars, clowns, and much more. The Kansas Shrine Bowl is a nonprofit charity raising funds for and awareness for the Shriners' children. The Shrine Bowl started back in 1974. Their motto is, "For the kids, more than a game."
This is all about the children, and with tonight's game, it doesn't matter who wins, who loses. The main idea for this whole thing is for the children, and to see the community all come together, raise the money for these children is it's very heartwarming.
Angie said that the players for the game are nominated and then chosen based on not only their athletic skills, but their sportsmanship. The Labette County Fair wrapped up today. This is what we saw earlier this morning when our crews were there. That's a lot of cleanup going on. The final event is a demolition derby that starts at 8 p.m. at the fairgrounds in Oswego. We take this time now to honor tonight's four-state hero. Staff Sergeant W.R. Bill Roberts served in the United States Army from 1942 to 1945. His hometown is Chinook, Kansas, and he served in Asia and Africa. Thank you, Staff Sergeant W.R. Bill Roberts, for your service. To learn more about other heroes or to nominate your own hero, just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Coming up, 988, the new three-digit suicide prevention lifeline, has shown great success in its first week of operation. Plus, the CDC is investigating 2 non-related monkeypox cases in children. All this and more after the break. It seems clear that the new three-digit suicide prevention lifeline is much needed. New data shows the 988 number received more than 96,000 calls, texts, and chats during its first week. The volume of people reaching out was up 45% from the week before the transition. A nonprofit operates the lifeline on behalf of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. New warnings about the spread of monkeypox in the U.S. has its first case of polio in nearly a decade. Elise Preston takes a look at some of this week's top health stories.
New York officials have reported the first U.S. case of polio since 2013. The unvaccinated young adult has developed paralysis. The person had not recently traveled outside the country. Most Americans are vaccinated against polio. Some health experts are warning monkeypox could become an entrenched sexually transmitted disease, but the head of the CDC believes there's still time to contain it. So far, more than 2,400 U.S. cases have been reported as part of an international outbreak that emerged 2 months ago. The federal government has distributed more than 190,000 doses of the monkeypox vaccine, and nearly 800,000 doses are expected to be available next week. And the World Health Organization says coronavirus cases have tripled across Europe in the last 6 weeks, accounting for nearly half of all infections globally. In the U.S., infections are on the rise in at least 40 states, with a highly transmissible BA.5 variant dominating the surge. Those are some of the week's top health stories. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
Health officials are now investigating monkeypox cases involving children in the U.S. The CDC reported 2 monkeypox cases identified in children. One case involves a toddler in California. The other is an infant who is not a U.S. resident. The CDC says the cases are the result of household transmission and are not related. Still to come, a wildfire prompts evacuations near a popular national park and how the fire is changing some U.S. Forest Services.
And the heat is on, but there are changes in the forecast. We'll have details coming up. Count them, 5 days in a row of 100-plus degree temperatures in Joplin and the surrounding 4-state area. It's been oppressively hot. And right now on Indigo Sky Cam, lots of indigo skies out there. Hope you're enjoying the pool if you're out and about this evening, because it's going to be a hot one continuing for at least the next day or so. And of course, we do have some changes in the forecast, so that's pretty good news. All right, let's take a look at the heat advisory that's in effect for most of our area. The only county that is not is Benton County down in northwestern Arkansas, but it's still hot there too. Let's just call it the way it is. Temperatures right now, just downright oppressive. Do I have to show this map? 100 degrees right now in Joplin, 99 in Parsons, 101 in Yates Center. A little bit cooler, if you want to call it cooler, down in Cassville with 96 degrees currently on the hour. The thing that's been helping out is the dew points. Look at these dew points. In the upper 50s to around 60 degrees, it could be much worse because with dew points higher, it makes it feel sticky and absolutely oppressive. So these lower dew points are helping out just a little bit. Right now, the dew point is 58 in Webb City and 63 up in Stockton, so a little bit more humid up there. If you're looking at the dew point tracker, you can see the dew points around 60 is not too bad, but once you start getting up close to 65, it starts to get into that sticky stuff, and we don't like to see that. When you do factor in the temperature and the dew point right now, this is what it feels like. 100 in Nevada, 103 in Yates Center, 103 in Independence, just absolutely oppressively hot, 99 in Webb City, and 97 for our friends down in Bentonville. Right now here in Joplin, you can see mostly fair skies, not a whole lot going on, and we're still sitting at the century mark. It feels like 99 though, again, because of that lower dew point of 57, and so that makes their humidity a bearable 24%. Tonight's lows are going to be in the upper 70s, pretty much wall to wall, but this evening, if you're heading out and about, close to 100 at 6, and then at 8 o'clock, 97, and we finally drop into the 80s around 10 and midnight tonight. Storm tracker radar, it's been all clear. Today, we have had a few showers and storms, mainly down in Oklahoma over the last few days, but not today. It's been dry as a bell. It's been dry today. We were looking at storms up to the north and west, though. Lots of storms up there in Nebraska, even some severe weather going on there. This is an indicator of some changes in our forecast. This is along a cold front, and guess where that's headed? Yeah, don't get too excited though, because it's just going to be a cool front, not really a cool front, or a cold front, I should say. Sunday morning, we're going to see temperatures in the upper 70s to around 84 degrees in Joplin. But notice, here comes the front. If you want to call it a real front, it's mainly a wind shift line. We're still going to see highs around 100 degrees tomorrow, but at least there will be a little bit drier air move in, making it feel a little bit comfortable. But notice as we go through Monday, the front's still down to our south. Storms are being forecast by the model right now. I don't really think it's going to be this intense with lows in the mid-70s, but watch what happens. This front just washes out, and the heat comes back as we head into Monday with temperatures near 100 degrees once again. Then as we go into Tuesday morning, temperatures around 79 to 80 degrees here in the metro, a little bit cooler up in Yates Center. We're going to have to wait for a stronger front to move in, and it is going to be moving in as we move into Wednesday. But until then, look at that. Hot, 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 and it's an alert day. on all that. And so we're going to be seeing temperatures right around 100 degrees, Bella, right on through Wednesday. But there is some relief in sight. As you can see there, that is not a misprint. 86 degrees on Friday and 87 degrees on Saturday. Break out the jackets.
You know, I never thought I'd say I was praying for rain, but here we are.
Yeah, we desperately need the rain bad, not only here, but everywhere across the country, especially in the West.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never seen anything like this, especially in Kansas.
It's been
so this
really
is crazy.
bad this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
All right. A wildfire near Yosemite National Park has forced evacuations. The Oak Fire started yesterday afternoon southwest of the park. The California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection says it quickly spread to 1,600 acres. The U.S. Forest Service says it will take emergency action soon to save giant sequoias by speeding up projects to clear underbrush to protect the trees from the increasing threat of wildfires. The Joplin Outlaws have made program history.
Yeah, they've clinched the South Division title for the first time. They still have one more regular season game, so we have the details on that coming up. Plus, local athletes get the opportunity to learn from KU men's basketball players at a local camp. That story is next. The Joplin Outlaws have won the South Division title for the first time in program history. But before they look ahead to the playoffs, there's one game remaining on their regular season schedule. Joplin plays their regular season finale tonight against Sedalia. The Bombers actually have the edge so far this season. They've won 4 out of 7 matchups against the Outlaws. Should be a good one tonight. First pitch is at 7 p.m. We'll have updates at 10. It's day 2 of the all-area fantasy basketball camp in Frontenac. 8 KU men's basketball players are helping coach this year's camp. Today and Sunday are open for 3rd through 12th graders. They're running through drills, scrimmaging, and some even got the chance to play full court against the national champs.
It was really cool. It was like different than anything I'd ever experienced, and I guess like I'm tall, but I didn't realize like how much taller they really are compared to everyone else. So it was really fun. They go about everything like with a great attitude, and it's just neat to see that no matter how good they are, they still come back and like help people like us in our community.
The 2022 Kansas Shrine Bowl is finally here, and this year's game is being held in Pittsburgh at Carney Smith Stadium. The Shrine Bowl highlights some of the top football talent from across the state of Kansas. It's East versus West, and 8 local players have earned a spot on this year's East team roster. Tonight's game begins at 7. We'll have highlights right here at 10. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray signed a huge contract extension earlier this week. The former Oklahoma Sooner agrees to a 5-year deal worth $230.5 million. That makes the 2-time Pro Bowler the second highest paid NFL quarterback annually, behind Aaron Rodgers. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Great news, you still have a chance to become a mega millionaire. Friday night's Mega Millions drawing did not produce a ticket matching all 6 winning numbers. The jackpot rolls over once more to now at least $790 million with the next drawing on Tuesday night. There are now only 3 bigger jackpots that have ever been won in any lottery game. At $1.5 billion Powerball jackpot is the world record from January 2016. That's incredible.
That's incredible. The only numbers I can pick right now are 100, and I don't think that's in the lottery. So let's take a look at the forecast. You can see that we're expecting 100 degrees tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then I think, Bella, we're finally going to break the back of this big dome of high pressure with a chance of storms late Wednesday especially, and then again on Thursday and Friday. And look at that. Near normal, maybe even below normal, if you can believe it, for Friday and Saturday of next weekend. So I think everyone's going to be looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I am. I'm sure my mom's not. It's her birthday, and we're spending it at the lake, so I'm sure she's not too excited about that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we definitely need the rainfall, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. All right. Thank you, Sam. That's our time for now. Remember, we're always on at KOAMnewsnow.com and with the KOAM News Now app. Thank you again for joining us. We wish you all the best.